Going on, guys? Welcome back to Max Boneyard Builds. Going to do a quick tool review today. Picked up the low-rise transmission jack from Harbor Freight. They had one of those coupons that they kick out all the time. I think I picked it up for 79 bucks. It's usually $99. So took the 30 bucks off or whatever it is. So I'm going to crack this thing open. I'm going to check it out, see how it operates, and it was one of those tools that you just always need around the shop. If you've ever dropped a transmission or put a transmission in and you're trying to use 2x4s and you're trying to keep it on your jack and you're trying to keep it level and trying to keep it from tipping, and it's just a giant pain. Last time we did the red OBS project, having this would have been so helpful, but I didn't have it. So I was doing all of that. 2x4s, having a jack in the back, a jack in the front, trying to keep it level, trying to drop it. It can be done. It can be done. This should make your life so much simpler. Alright, so let's see what's in the box. By the way, check out that new flag. Is that pretty cool or what? Amazon, $8. It's just, one of those things that we'll take to the car shows or whatever, hang up on the truck. But I just thought it was super cool. Had to pick it up. Got to rep their own brand, I guess. So inside the box, you've got your casters, which look like they need to be put on. You got instructions. Don't need those. The other set of casters. And then you have the jack itself. If I can get this out without dumping you. Just like that. And you've also got the strap that hooks on, goes around to help secure the transmission onto the jack itself. It's got a windage adjustment here, so that way you can adjust the transmission up and down for the height. Make up the difference, I guess you could say, for height adjustment. It's got a couple wing nuts on there. Those look like those are functioning correctly. And then we'll slap on the casters and we'll take a look, see how it functions. There it is. Took about 1.6 minutes worth of assembly. Got some 18 mils. Put on all your casters. Grab yourself a couple wrenches to attach your straps, your ratchet strap through these two housings. Sky's the limit. Don't over tighten these. As you're tightening, you can see these two ears here will start squeezing together. They don't have to be super tight. All this is just keeping it from going this way or that way and falling off the actual transmission jack. It is right now, I've got about 7 1/8 to this top from the base here, and it's got a total surface area of 13 inches here. Okay, so I'm telling you, by the time you get your transmission and everything up, you are going to have to lift your vehicle, obviously, to get your transmission and stuff underneath there, and plus to get yourself underneath there. But the great thing about this is you just throw on your 1/2 inch and start cranking, and she starts lifting. Has a 450-pound capacity is what it's rated at. I know that these scissor style lifts specifically state, do not be tempted to put your 1/2 inch impact on here and, you know, zing that baby up, because the problem is this works just like a scissor jack for a car. It's just got a rod in here with threads, basically, and you're just spinning those threads, which is pulling everything together, which in turn is lifting up this scissor. You put an impact on there and zing that thing, is going to try and rip that scissor real fast. It's going to start jerking real bad. Transmission's going to be bouncing. Basically, just don't do it. Get your 1/2 inch out. Beverage of choice. Take your time. It doesn't take long. The threads are very big on here. As you see, you know, I'm not concentrating at all, cranking this thing up, and it's going up. No problems. Let's get this thing zipped up the rest of the way. Let's see what the total height is. So there you go. There's your total height. Are you still in there? What's going on? This thing has a great total height. Let's see. Now from the floor to the base, I am at 23 3/4 inches high. I'm telling you, it's, call it 2 foot. Go ahead. Call it 2 foot high. Man, that is great. That is going to be able to get your transmission up in your tunnel. This thing is stout. I don't know what the weight on this thing is. Maybe it's in those instructions that I threw away that I didn't need. It's not light by any means. This thing is completely solid steel. No question about that. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, it doesn't say. 23 1/4 is what they're rating it as. 7 1/4 as a minimum height. But I've got 23 3/4 on mine. I may not be a smart man, but I can read a tape measure. I got 23 3/4. Once this thing's under load, it may not be able to reach that 23 3/4. Maybe that's what they're compensating for. But I'm telling you, everything looks like it's came greased from the factory. May not be a bad idea. Shoot a little bit of lube inside here every once in a while. Make sure your track inside here, you can see it. Make sure it is lubed up. You know, because it gets dry, it's going to be hard to crank it up and stuff. But I'm telling you what, the powder coat finish, I'm not seeing any blemishes or issues there. It's nice and heavy. The strap that they provide, once you go up and around onto a transmission, and your other strap's going to come up this way. I mean, it's got a huge amount of strap. You should be able to strap any sort of 4L80 or anything like that. It should have no problems having enough strap to do those. I'm telling you, it worked great. And we'll throw a transmission on here and see how it lifts. So we've got the old trusty 4L Slippy, also known as the 4L60. We will get her pulled on there. See if I can hurt myself pulling it on top of the transmission jack. Just like that. It's so easy. Anyways, then you've got your strap. It comes up and over. Make sure don't bend your vent tubes or anything that's up here. Get your ratchet strap. Get her cinched down on there. like that. Now, just like one unit, it ain't going anywhere. Give it one more for measure there. Now, it's on there. No problems. Get your ratchet. Looks like I put this on backwards. Don't do that. Make sure with this, make sure your riser's on the back. I did it backwards. This is heavy. I'm not doing it again. I just want to make sure it can lift. Once you start cranking, see, this is why this is backwards, because right now I'm hitting that bell housing with my arm. I'm not getting a full crank on it. But I can feel she is lifting. So, anyways, you guys get the point. The Pittsburgh 450-pound scissor style transmission jack, it does the job. Will it take a little bit of time? Yes, it will. Do they make fancier ones? They're just like a regular jack with a big hydraulic arm? Yes, they do. If you want to go that route, by all means, go for it. Costs a little extra. This one doesn't cost that much. Wait for the coupon. Get it even cheaper. Going down, you got the weight of the transmission going the right way. Going down's a little easier than going up. Take it off. Reverse procedure. Undo your ratchet strap. Might help if I grab the right handle. There it is. Undo your ratchet strap. Take your transmission off. Easy as that. So, final thoughts. Pittsburgh 450-pound scissor style transmission jack. Does it work? Yes. Is it put together well? Looks like it. It's steel. It's a very simple design. It should last for a very long time. It's heavy duty. I think it would definitely lift 450 pounds. I see nowhere alarming on it that scares me. Like I said, whenever you make sure to put your straps on, don't just keep cranking through all those threads. You're going to start bending these ears down. Then you might damage the integrity of the welds there or something. The strap seems heavy. The ratchet itself worked just fine. It picked up that 4L60, absolutely no problem at all. You're going to put a little muscle while you're doing it. Make sure that your 1/2-inch ratchet drive here on the back, make sure that's towards your tail shaft, not towards your bell housing like I slapped it on there real quick because I didn't have a whole lot of room to play with the bell housing. So make sure you put it on correctly, and maybe read those instructions that come with it and don't just throw them over your shoulder. But you know, when you have an XY chromosome, you just kind of do that. So anyways, if you guys got any questions, hit me up. This is not a paid promotion by any means. I picked this up with my own cash with one of those Harbor Freight coupons that we all know come out all the time. You guys are still impressing me all the time with subscriptions and questions and comments. I try and give advice when I can. If I don't know it, I'll tell you I don't know it. I'm not a paid professional by any means. Still working on the red truck, the OBS project. My son, he's been busy. I've been trying to make it a father-son project, but he's been busy here recently, so I've been trying to hold off and kind of wait for him. So it's his truck, so I want him to do some wrench turning on it. But I'm hoping here in the absolute near future, we're going to be able to start pulling the interior on that, get some of that cleaned up in that. I don't think I'm going to get paint on it before the weather turns. We're starting to get some pretty cool days, so I don't think that's going to happen. So that's probably going to be a first of the year type thing, unless I can find somebody with a heated booth or something that may give us some booth time or something to get it painted. But I know this garage gets super cold in the winter, and you can't paint when it's super cold. So I want to thank you guys for sticking around. I hope this review, it's super simple. There's several other reviews where guys are actually using them, putting them transmissions in cars and stuff. By all means, check out those videos as well. I just got a new toy in the shop. Wanted to show you guys what I thought of it. Initial impressions. It's built heavy duty. It's red and white. It lifts the transmission, and it was only $80. So head down to Harbor Freight, pick one up yourself. Just wait for the coupon. Hope to see you guys next time. Max Boneyard Builds.